The day has finally come. We are minutes away from driving white trash for the first time since 1999. I'm going to drink some coffee while the boy finishes getting dressed, and then I'm going to surprise him and tell him what's up, and we're going to go road test this thing. I cannot wait. I am giddy with excitement. I managed to keep this thing completely secret from him. Only my wife and I know. Can't wait to get in there and see what happens. Somehow, some way, the weather held. It's about 65 degrees right now. Here in a couple hours, it'll be 85 degrees. The sky is completely clear. No moisture in the forecast, which thank God, because I'd hate to try to drive this thing with even a drop of water on the ground. Boy, get the keys to the Mustang and warm it up, boy. And be quick about it.
Where are we going?
Don't worry about it. Don't ask questions. Going on an adventure. Go warm up the car. Quit showing off, boy, and get down here. What are you doing?
Waiting for you. The car's warmed up. We're warming up.
The car's warming up. Boy, you failed me. You warmed up the wrong Mustang. You see that paper license plate and this registration and insurance? It is white trash day, boy. You warmed up the wrong car.
You told me to warm that one.
I told you to warm up the Mustang, the one we're driving today. Not this thing. Warm up my car for me, boy. Oh man, didn't have enough fuel and the fuel pump's not drawing yet. Do it again. Yeah, you're gonna have to give it a little throttle once it tries to start. Give it a pump. It's a little cooler today than it's been. All right. Dope. One more time.
The throttle is so heavy.
Yep, throttle's incredibly heavy. Let me give it a little bit of idle cam. Try it again. There we go, it's gonna idle now. All right, let's let it warm up for a minute, then we'll get out of here, or we'll try to. I may or may not have forgotten to do a couple of things like bolt down my oil dipstick and my fuel pressure regulator. Oh well, too late now. Let's make sure we still have brake lights. That isn't good. We do not have brake lights. You're pumping the brakes? Oh, that isn't good. Damn it. Brake lights for a moment. Something is loose on the brake switch I've got to work with. I got to figure it out. I think I've got the brake light switch positioned properly now. Pump the brakes. Yes. Wait a minute. What's going on over here? Can't tell if this one's coming on or not. Pump it again. Okay, good. We're all good now. Take two. Let's see if we can finish warming this thing up so we can get out of here. Oh, add a little GPS speedometer. No idea if it's going to work or not. All right. Not a lot of options for camera mount positions in this car because, yeah, it's going to be kind of awkward seeing where we're going because of the phone mount. All right, here we go. Oh, barely reached the clutch. We're going to go with the seat belts and start. You got the harness on also?
No, I don't.
All right, here we go. Going out of the driveway for the first time. Oh, the clutch is all or nothing. I forgot. Clutch is so difficult to use. Punches all the way out. God, the throttle is heavy. It's so hard to give it gas. There we go. We are going down the road. Yes. Huzzah. To cruise the neighborhood until I determine that it's highway ready. Right now the alignment feels good, brakes feel good, but big difference between 15 miles an hour and 70 miles per hour. God, the throttle's hard to use. The pedal's so heavy. Golly. It's all or nothing also, just like the clutch. Big old hole where the shifter goes is probably to blame for that. Got a lot of exhaust temperature coming up here. It's 65 degrees outside. It's about 85 degrees in here already. It's gonna be a warm one. We're gonna have to stop somewhere and wipe the windshield off. Can't really see out it again. We definitely have something leaking on the exhaust somewhere. We've got smoke coming up to the shifter hole every time we accelerate and decelerate. Could be a leak in the back of the intake, rear main seal. Could be the transmission, rear main seal, or rear seal. Hopefully it's not brake fluid. That's all I'm really worried about. As long as it isn't brake fluid, whatever, don't really care all that much. We've been up to like 25 miles per hour so far. It's doing well. 30 miles per hour went well. Sounds amazing, doesn't it, buddy? we got to figure out what's smoking. If it's the intake or rear main seal of transmission, no big deal. If it's brake fluid, that's going to be a problem. No smoking gun so far. The brakes are still completely full. However, I've noticed some paint peeling up down there in the bottom of the exhaust, and that's where we're smoking. I got to get under the car and figure this out. I took off the second throttle return spring. I got to see what it'll drive like without it. It was just too heavy. I could barely control the throttle. Hopefully it's not going to stick or do something stupid. I do not know what is smoking. As soon as we quit moving, it quit smoking. Oh, there's a little bit of smoke. I don't know what that is. It's right below the transmission. Just trying to back out of the driveway. Yep, the throttle's sticking without that return spring. This isn't going to work. Damn it. Yeah, I had to kill the car. Got to put that second throttle return spring on there, heavy or not. With the single one, the throttle's just going to stick wide open every time. Like we have a real throttle cable now, a real pedal feel. Hopefully that nastiness is behind us. Let's try this again. Oh yeah, throttle feels already better. Nope. Oh no. Nope, that didn't work. The throttle's sticking open again. Golly. Hopefully third time is the charm. It seems to be doing okay at idle. See if we can go down the road without the throttle sticking. Stuck right there for some reason, but then came right back. This is weird. I'm gonna have to be on standby with the key to shut down the throttle in an emergency. Our neighbor Kelly's outside. We're at operating temperature. I guess we'll see how the cooling system does. Still sticking, goes about 3,000 RPMs. It's sticking like the fast idle cam is catching, but the choke is wide open. I don't know what's going on with that. If I flip the throttle, it comes back down. So hopefully if we can get down on the highway and go to the hardware store, I'll get a whole plethora of different size springs until we figure this out and get a good return spring going. So many noises in this car, it's hard to tell. I think I keep hearing a rotational clunk. I don't know if it's the rear end, but there's so much vibration, it's hard to tell. I really don't know what's going on. We're going to try to go a little bit further this time. Throttle keeps sticking. I keep having to flip the throttle and bring it back. I don't get it. I'm not sure what's going on with it. Give it a 10% throttle input, it takes off till you hit it again. I don't like it. Time is the charm, and the throttle will quit sticking now. This is getting out of hand. The throttle just is sticking it wide open at all times. The slightest throttle input. I had to kill the engine mid-rev before it got out of control. Don't know what to do about this. This has not been a problem, at least idling in the driveway. Hopefully fifth time is the charm. The boy just suggested we surrender and take another car to the store to get return springs. That would be surrender, boy. I'm ashamed of you.
Sorry.
Okay, we are back to our ultra heavy feeling throttle, but when the throttle felt heavy like this, at least it wasn't running away and going insane. So hopefully this works. I think we're back. I think we're good. Throttle's nice and heavy again and returning back to where it was. The new bullet mufflers did not reduce reverberation in the car, but it did move the band. It's no longer 2,500 RPMs, it's 1,500. 1,500 RPMs rattling our brains out. Ugh. Another brake test on the hill. Brakes are working well so far, I'm happy. Back home to touch base with the family. I just noticed the whole transmission cross member is soaked in fluid. It's hard to get down there, but maybe you can see that. Yeah, it's hard to zoom in on that, but we're losing fluid somewhere in the top half of the transmission. I just don't know where. Something we'll have to look into here soon. I can't remember if this thing has a speedometer cable hole in it that I forgot to plug up. That could be a problem. Well, SN95 T5s apparently don't have speedometer cable holes, but I'm wondering, it has an SN95 bell housing and SN95 input shaft. I'm trying to remember if this thing is actually an SN95 or is adapted for one. I don't know where all this fluid is coming from. That seems like an excessive amount of fluid. It's not good. Really can't see anything under here, but it's definitely coming from the middle of the transmission somewhere. It's not coming from the shifter. I felt all around the shifter. It's not coming from the tail housing like we thought. I don't know where else it could be coming from. Okay, so these T5s do not have speedometer cable, but they have a plug-in speed sensor in its place. I don't remember a cable hanging off my transmission, so I may have an open hole somewhere in the middle of my T5 dumping fluid under throttle. May have to jack this thing up and check. But I don't remember worrying about that when I was manhandling the transmission and walking around with it. Don't remember there being a hole for it to leak out of. Can't actually see. Oh, wait, is that a hole? I think I've got an open hole in the transmission. Is that supposed to be there? Can't really tell. Well, I found the problem. I'm an idiot. Yes, that is the speedometer hole. I can shove a cable in it, but I don't have a tie down for it. I don't know where I'm going to get one. I may just have to try to go easy on it today. It seems to dump more fluid when I slow down under braking. I don't remember if I have a speedometer cable in here around here to shove in there or not. I got to go see. Somewhere in this nightmare is my speedometer cable with a 373 gear on it. I just do not know where. Well, we've struck out finding my speedometer cable. I saw it a few months ago. It has a 373 drive gear on the end of it. Just remember kind of sticking aside and thinking, I'll get to that when I get to that. And now I can't find it. I can get one through our parts store, but it won't be here in time to help us today. Good times. I think we're just gonna go for it and hope we don't lose all of our transmission fluid and or start a fire. Sure, it'll be fine. Well, I found the end of a speedometer cable, which would work, except it doesn't have the mounting bracket. So it's not gonna stay in, it's just gonna fall out and keep dumping fluid, so that's not gonna work. If I could find that mounting bracket, I'd be in business. Well, we're gonna try to drive this thing down the hill out of our neighborhood, which is very steep, and we're gonna try to take it to the gas station and gas it up, and then go to our local O'Reilly's and order a speedometer cable in person. Assuming we survive that long. Oh well, let's see how this goes. Wow. So time to take this thing down the hill. I am going to take it down in first gear and engine brake this thing, just in case the brakes don't want to work, because the brakes have only had minor testing so far. I'm sure it'll be fine. This is genuinely frightening going down this hill in this car. I would get my dogs out of the road. Ever been under load, so we are not going to give it anywhere near full throttle. We're giving it a full load. So even though it's had several hours of break-in time idling, I don't want to break anything today. I'd really like this thing to get us home. I know I'm weak. I can't believe the alignment's straight. We are by far the coolest people on the roadway right now. Hope our brake lights are still working. Street manners have been great. Once the clutch is down, the car drives great. It's nice and smooth. Loud, but very smooth. This is not a lot different than his car once it's moving.
So they can just shift, you know?
Our first time gassing her up in 27 years. I forgot that we had to pop the trunk to get to the manual gas tank release. I may have to wire up that gas tank release soon. At these prices, only the finest 87 octane for white trash. It took 11 gallons. I put 5 in it the other day, 15-gallon tank, so that's about right. You want to hit the drive-thru real quick? I'm sure they'll love it. Okay. No.
What can I get started for you?
Just 2 large sweet teas, please.
2 large sweet teas?
Yes, that's all.
Okay, your total of everything that's correct is going to be $431, second window.
Thank you. Thank you. You have a great day. You are our cup holder today, boy. Oh, that's the clutch we're hearing. I put the clutch in, it stopped. outside the territorial jurisdiction of the USA. We are factually down in Mexico, so I don't think the speed limit applies down here. This feels so good. This is the highest high. Oh my God, this is so much fun. There's nothing like just getting an old piece of crap rat rod and just cutting it loose. Just nothing but engine and grinding and loud noises. It's amazing. I love it. Oh, damn it, I forgot. Third gear does not like the downshift. I think it's probably from our buddy. Drag racing it a whole lot. A lot of power shifting on this transmission. Time for our first trip to the mecca of auto parts for us, our local O'Reilly's, where everybody knows our name. Came to O'Reilly's, bought a bracket for a throttle return spring. We're going to try it up here in the carburetor and hope it doesn't interfere with anything, and hopefully this works. I went ahead and added both return springs so we don't die. You can never have too many return springs, right? Right. I noticed earlier with the old throttle return spring on it, it was idling up at like 1200. The throttle wasn't returning completely to normal. Now it is. Now we're back to 900 RPM idle, so I think those return springs are going to work. Let's go see. Brakes up just a little bit at 3/4 throttle. I bet it needs a bigger pump shot on the accelerator pump. I lowered that because I was flooding the engine a while back using it, but I'm going to have to adjust the carburetor at some point. Throttle return springs are working great. Temperature is rock solid, 170 to 190, cruising around between 40 and 60. Squirrely, and I had it two-handed. She's kind of wild. I've stayed true to my word. That was not full throttle. That was like 90% up to only 4,500 RPMs. I'm a man of my word, I promise. Oh, we're back home. Had to reattach one of the throttle return springs. This one down here is the one doing the heavy lifting. The top one's kind of just lame. It popped off. We're getting high idle and acceleration again. But other than that, it's done great. We're going to take a break here in the heat of the day. Let the car cool down a little bit. Not that I was running hot, just running for the first time in a long time. But here in a few hours, we're going to go back to O'Reilly's, get my speedo cable for this thing. But I think the boy and I are going to cruise both cars down to the local Greasy Spoon, get some burgers and fries for dinner, and see what the people think of ye old white trash. We've already had multiple compliments today, especially at O'Reilly's. People are all over this thing. Greatest day ever.
You're married and have 4 kids.
And greatest day ever. This is cheaper and a lot more fun than my wedding, trust me. In our downtime, we're gonna get something. We try to find some old carpet or something to cover up the shifter handle. That thing is just absolutely baking my hands when I go to shift, and it's warming up the inside of the car about 20 degrees. It's insanely hot underneath there. Every time I grip the shifter, it's just frying my hand. So I got some of this floor insulation, doubled it over, cut a shifter hole in it. The boy, how do we attach things to the floor?
Metal self-tappers.
Metal self-tappers, good job. And that should do it. We've got it attached here at the back and here on the sides, and we have plenty of space for the shifter to move. So hopefully that'll keep us from scalding to death in here. Just about time to head back out. Gonna warm up the cars for just a minute. Both cars are warming up. Just about to head out. Yep, this one is definitely running. A little bit hard to tell on camera though. We're off on our first multi-car cruise. There's Kris Jr in the piece of stang following behind me. Going back down the big hill using brakes only this time to see how they do. No engine braking this time. So far, so good. Brakes are holding well. The cover of the transmission is 100 times better. This is nice. That insulation's taking all the heat, and none of the heat's coming to the car, and my hand isn't getting burned every shift. Boys right behind me. Stopping by O'Reilly's to get my speedometer cable, and then we're going to go grub. All right, got the speedometer cable. Time to head to dinner. This guy, Charles, and his wife, Alicia, came out to meet us in his Coyote Swap Mustang. Beautiful car. I didn't want to film them, but they are super cool. They came out here just to meet us. Super nice people, and that's why I love the Mustang community. All right, well, we've grubbed down. Time to hop in the cars and head home. I'm hoping this thing's gonna start because it's sort of dieseled when I turned it off earlier. Let's see how this goes. I'm sure the boy's gonna rub it in when his car starts first try immediately, and mine takes a while. Let's see how this goes. All right. Mine started too. Can't really videotape while I'm driving, but I've been super impressed with this cheap little $15 GPS speedometer. It's been rock solid. for several hours today. I had 50 plus PSI of oil pressure all day, 14 volts from the alternator, and 180 to 190 degrees of temperature all day. The only ever so slight, tiny little annoyance that I had was the last couple times I turned off the car, it dieseled to a stop for like 2 seconds. So there's something in the air fuel mixture that's not quite right. I noticed that before it did it, it was idling high, like 1200 RPMs again. And it wasn't the throttle cable. So I'll have to look into that. But I mean, overall, this could not have been more of a success. I could not possibly be any happier with this. It couldn't have gone any better. There's no way. Sure, the throttle cable, return spring, whatever, let go a couple of times, the throttle stuck. But I mean, the car got me where I wanted to go and got me home all day for several hours, probably 75 plus miles for a maiden voyage. It was fantastic. I had a smile on my face all day. This is the best I've felt in quite a while. It's time to go back now and start working on it again. But the great thing is I can work on something that I can fire the car up and go get parts in it if I want to. It's going to be fantastic. I love everything about this car. It's almost perfect. It's a complete rat rod piece of crap, and I love it. It's fantastic. Coming up soon, I got to do little things like an all-new throttle bracket, new throttle cable, return springs. I got to get that sorted out properly. It's kind of band-aided right now. I got to mount my fuel pressure regulator better. I got to shorten a fuel hose. I got one fuel hose off the carburetor. It's hanging a little low, close to the engine. I need to get a brass oil pressure line because I noticed I've got those cheap little plastic ones, and it's leaning against the engine. It's only so long until it, melts through and starts a fire. Oh, and I got to get the speedometer cable installed, so I quit throwing transmission fluid everywhere, which I think I quit doing that. So I might be almost out of transmission fluid. Or maybe it's just that I covered up the hole, so now I don't see the transmission fluid smoke. That's very possibly it also. That's all I've got for now. I can't express enough how happy I am to have this thing running. And I can't express my gratitude enough to my wife, my son, for the hours and hours and hours of labor that go into these cars. My friend Stephen Holtz from Just Drive It, who's provided parts, technical support. My friend Johnny Wilson, who's been helping me through this stuff for 30 years. Of course, he's the one that kind of got me addicted to this stuff, so maybe kind of owes me if you think about it. But Johnny Wilson and Stephen Holtz have been my technical support pretty much all day, every day, 24 hours a day for a couple of years now. I can't express my gratitude enough to them. My buddies Jason and Dylan for moral support and buying car parts off me to financially support my financial irresponsibility. I appreciate everyone. Anyone I might have forgotten, anyone who's ever turned a wrench or given me a part or helped me or given me advice, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Honest to God, mean it. Thank you and God bless. On behalf of Kris Jr., who isn't here, he's off in his car doing his own thing right now. But thank you for watching, especially if you made it this far. God bless, and we'll see you again real soon.